One thing you might know about me is I am a huge supporter of especially the theater arts, but any arts, anything that where you actually conjure something up from your brain and it turns into a movie screen that actually you can project out that other people can go, wow, and ponder. I like to say art, the sake of art is to ponder and not to provoke, I should say, and not to pander. And I think that is a really awesome thing. And especially when people come together and write their own shows and put them on. And we've got something going on here in town where they've done that with Change the Station just down the street. But we also have another one show coming up in North Hollywood, which is a great place to go for live theater, the NoHo District, as they call it. And it's a show called Snowed In. And here with me to talk about it is David Ewing and Bryan Forrest. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell me a little bit about this. David, you said this was 10 years in the making.
Yeah, I started writing this back in 2006. I have always loved the winter holidays. They've always been a very special time to me and my family, and I wanted to put something in writing about that. So I began a journey of writing this comedy during a class and just been expounding on it ever since.
Now, it's kind of described as a night of outlandish buffoonery and hilarious shenanigans as romances ignite and passion is rekindled during the most wonderful time of the year. Are you able to elaborate a little bit on that by any chance?
Absolutely. Basically, what David's been able to do is take everything that you both kind of love and hate about the holidays. You love your family, but being trapped with them in a small room for many days on end is not always the easiest thing. And especially in our play, we actually have a bunch of couples at different stages of their lives. So we're actually able to look at that kind of family dynamic and that significant other dynamic at all these various times and all the kind of unique instances and situations that you can get into and disagree about. So having all these different couples together in this small inn, and where they actually get snowed in, and and basically what happens when there is no alternative but to actually talk to the person across the table from you.
Is this a little bit of life imitates art, David? Or?
Oh yes. I had to draw on many a personal experience from this show. I have a very interesting, loving, but very interesting family, and our time up in the mountains growing up, whether it was for the holidays or during the summer, I was lucky enough to have a place to go up there, and many shenanigans happened up there that I drew on for this show. So there's a lot of personal experience, and the actors love it when I, raise my hand and point out true story.
This is pretty fantastic for those of us who, like you say, a loving but interesting family. Where, especially as you get older, and you have a time limit with them before you realize why we all moved away and we all don't live together anymore. And this is the situation I think everybody can kind of relate to, but also laugh at. And it gets the opportunity to laugh at ourselves. Is that right?
Oh yes. Completely. There's so many. Going to see this show, everyone will see moments that they can completely relate to, whether it's about the holidays or just in their own personal lives with their significant others or their entire families. And no one is going to walk out of the show not having seen something that either they've gone through or witnessed and have a little chuckle about it.
Now, tell me this, because you mentioned off the air that you had a choreographer in this. Is there music, or is there just some dancing, or is it a fight scene?
There's a little bit of everything. One of our producers, Leonard Hobson, who's actually Santa Clarita local and was actually, along with Raleigh Lynch, a graduate of Valencia High School, and who continues to actually work. Yeah, exactly. Has continued to work in the community, teaching at Santa Clarita Ballet and all the other high schools around town. She has actually put together. We actually have some Celtic dancing. There may or may not be some kilts involved, and on top of that, along with kind of the great tradition of farce, a lot of physical comedy. And we have such a wide range of talent in our cast that I've actually been able to put together a lot of not quite fight scenes, but definitely scenes that you would see when one is trying to, let's say, strangle a family member or a loved one and chases them about a very kind of crowded inn, and there's lots of bumps flips. I do believe we even have some flying dives here and there.
We basically any excuse and every excuse to fall over a couch, jump over a banister, dive behind a desk. If you can think about it, it's in there. So
kind of like some of our family gatherings. You know,
I think so.
Again, you're relatable.
Yeah.
Tell me, how many people are in the cast?
Oh, currently we have 8 people in the cast. Currently, there's always been.
I was just saying.
There may be more, there may be less, depending on how the cast.
Rehearsal's going well, so there still are 8.
Exactly. No, we have 8 people in the cast. So there's an older couple, a really sweet, loving older couple who I'm sure most of our audience members who've been married for a longer period of time will relate to. We have a newlywed couple, and then we have a pair of couples who are just starting to get together, and watching it all unfold, whether it's rekindling the romance or just getting it started, is going to be a lot of fun.
And there's a Santa Clarita connection. Of course, you live here in Santa Clarita, and you were mentioning some of the people who are actually working on the show also are either graduated or work here. What about the rest of the cast? Are they kind of from all over?
Mainly the entire Hollywood area, pretty much everything north of the 101 into Santa Clarita. I have a number of people we've actually been working with different companies in the Santa Clarita area. We have our audio team, which has been doing a lot of great work for us, which is Dog Star Studios, which has been doing the master mix for our trailers, as well as any recordings that we've done for the actors, as well as our audiences, to kind of get a sneak peek at what we're looking at, and they've been phenomenal. So pretty much from the Valley up to here, we've been trying to incorporate as many local businesses, as many local actors as possible.
Outstanding. And of course, this is Snowed In, INN, snowedintheater.com, traditional spelling of theater, THEATRE.com. And this number you have on on your marketing piece here, is that for tickets or just for information? 818-508-4200.
That is indeed for tickets. This show is going to be taking place at the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood, right in the heart of the NoHo Arts District, and that is indeed their number. That's 818-508-4200 if you want to get tickets over the phone, or if you'd like to purchase them online, please feel free to come to our website, which, as you mentioned, is Snowed In Theater, spelled traditionally THEATRE.com.
And again, I can extol the virtues in North Hollywood. If it's not here in Santa Clarita, North Hollywood is a great place to go see a show, and especially on this side of town, it's like 20 minutes away.
It's not. It's one of those things that was a blessing in disguise. You think, oh, Santa Clarita is so far removed, but it really isn't. We're so close, and we're all such a family in the Arts District, from Santa Clarita down into the Valley, and getting from here down to rehearsal every night. It's a 20 to 30 minute drive at most, even if there's a little bit of traffic. And luckily, you're going against traffic, so there's nothing to keep you from coming.
And the El Portal is such a beautiful theater and such a historic theater, so it is almost worth the trip just to be in that space.
Outstanding. And this is Snowed In, opening December 9th and through the 11th, and then the following weekend, the 15th through the 18th. Am I assuming there's a matinee as well?
There are. We have 2 matinees. So if you'd rather come earlier in the day, we have a matinee our first Sunday, which is the 11th, as well as the Saturday of our second weekend, which is the 17th, my birthday.
Speaking of, I was going to say, North Hollywood, we actually have the 757 bus will take you right down there, and then you can either take a little stroll right up to the NoHo Arts District or whatever. And
there's a metro stop right there by a bunch of restaurants in the Federal and everything.
That's true.
As well. Yeah.
Take a little trip around through LA and come up to the Red Line there. It's certainly terrific. Guys, thanks for coming out. David Ewing, Bryan Forrest, the show Snowed In. This is an original play. Sounds like a lot of fun. El Portal Theater, opening December 9th. snowedintheater.com. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having us.
You bet.